Here.
Scott Campbell.
Here.
5 present.
If the speakers for the 4 cities that's represented tonight, if you all want to, you can come up here so that, set this, these desks, so when you want to ask questions or somebody asks you questions, you know, we don't, the speakers can even come up here so we talk directly to you. We don't want everybody screaming and hollering. We want one person to represent the cities, and we'll ask whatever you want to, and we'll try to get this done sensible and fast. We got to be here by 6 o'clock. And first thing we want to talk about tonight is the recyclables. So whoever is in charge, knows anything about your all's recycling, please step forward and take one of these seats with them. Okay, for the record and for secretary, start from left to right, and let's start with the young lady first.
June Forstner,
June Porter,
Jacksboro.
Mayor Tech.
Stan Faust, City Administrator, City of College.
David Hughes, Sanitation Director, City of Campbell.
See nobody here from Jellicoe?
I'm here, Ron. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, Stan. All right, which we've, in the past for several years, we've had problems with, you know, recyclables, is we bring recyclables in some type of way. And we've got, we've talked different times in the past for like, I've been here 7 years, 6 years. And the issue's been brought up that there's too much garbage in recyclables. Women that work out there have to rip them bags open, and ours not so garbage, needles, what have you, and that ain't recyclable. And we're here to ask you all if you all can do a better job at picking up the recyclables and send us the cardboard, and don't send us your garbage, not mixed together. But we spend more time and money trying to recycle the cardboard than the county gets out of the cardboard. So, and I don't know what it's bringing now, but it's not bringing much a ton.
It's not. Cardboard's at $95, $99 a ton. The class 1 or top 1 and top 2 plastics are 41 cents and 45 cents. So, you know, it's not bringing a lot. So if there's a lot of effort and time, you know, put into it through that hour, you know, you got to kind of question whether it's worth to recycle.
And so, whoever, yes, sir.
The photo on that picture from use to stand, show it to June, look at those pictures, that's what we're talking about. That's your recycle.
Well, let me say this. Recyclables are to be in plastic bags weighing no more than 60 pounds. Our employees do not open plastic bags and go through them. A lot of times, when we take recyclables out there, they end up in the dump before anybody looks at them. So that's not a ongoing thing.
They have been for the last year. Put in the garbage, they've not been recycled. They've been put in the garbage themselves. They've not recycled.
Well, clearly you can see, you know, when you see a truckload that comes in our facility like that, that's garbage. So ultimately, you're absolutely 100% correct. The issue has been, is what we've been trying to do is give percentages. We reach out to some of the cities, actually we reach out to all the cities. And we give percentages on what recyclables that we can easily be able to obtain out of this refuge.
Not one time have I ever been notified of anything like that.
Up until recently, Mr. Faust, you wasn't the city administrator. Jimmy Jeffries, we reached out to numerous times, and we had a good working relationship with him. He was spearheading this project through the city of Fall.
you can ask the council can tell you, they've not been notified of any percentage either. They get a packet every month, just like the county commission does, and there's never been a percentage given to any council member by anyone.
Well, I'll tell you this, I don't know how, and again, Mr. Chair, if I may, I don't know how, you guys operate, but how we operate is we give a percentage to the driver that comes in. So if you're coming in with a truckload of garbage, and we might as well go to the transfer station and pull out recyclables, it's the same concept. So we give them a percentage, and Mr. Muse, we've spoke a couple times, and what it is, and I understand the dilemma that everybody's in, but you guys receive grants just as we receive recycle grants that states that you will recycle for your citizens out of that city. Well, that is not a recycle route that you guys are doing, it's a garbage route. And at the end of the day, we can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig. We can say this is recycle all we want to, but the proof is right here in the picture, it's clearly not. And this is week in and week out. So ultimately, yeah, we're gonna handle it the same way we do refuse.
Well, I mean, I'm educated on the citizens. It gets a little better. But if you have a solution, I'd like to know, the whole country is suffering on recycling.
I'll tell you this, Mr. Muse, in the industry, I'm not sure on how you guys do things with your citizens, but in the industry, that's not how it's done. You recycle and it's recycled the way they actually expect it. I can't give you a solution on how you guys need to run your city, but I can. We require our county citizens to come out and sort this. When they spoke to them, yes, we still, get some garbage in with it, but the percentages is minute versus what's coming in from the municipality. So ultimately, there's a major issue, and we printed numerous pictures off to where everybody can see. There's a major issue with how the municipalities are picking up or for lack of better words, refuse instead of recycle, bringing it into the recycle facility, getting credit as recycle when clearly that it's not.
But that's not 100% of the time. We have recycling containers that the recyclables are put in, and we do not pick them up the same day that we pick up garbage.
No.
We've got Wednesday designated as for recyclables, and I'd say that the majority of ours are recyclables, but they don't end up as
Ma'am,
recyclables.
Ms. Fortune, with all due respect, the picture that we have here is a Jacksboro truck.
I'm not saying that it's
You know,
not,
so it's
but
not-
I've never been told or shown anything like this.
Well, and we reach out to the actual directors, instead of, calling the mayors and bothering the mayors with the day-to-day operations. I don't know how it works again with the municipality. So if we failed on that side of it, okay, I can give that to you. But I'm sure, Ms. Forster, and you've called me concerning this before.
Yes.
I'm sure that it trickles downhill and those folks come straight and relay the message to their superiors. So at the end of the day, I know that the municipalities are aware of the issue with recycling. Now, I'm not saying they have a solution, but they've been aware numerous times of the issues with recycling.
So actually, the best thing we can do is to stop recycling and put it all in the garbage.
Well, and honestly, ma'am, I can't say that, because you have.
Well, that's where it's
grant-
going in now.
I understand, because that's the way we're receiving it, but you all
That-
have.
that-
a grant.
that's not
That's
true.
not true.
That's not true. I
And
mean,
listen, folks,
you're speaking two sides.
Okay. We can clearly say that it's not true, Stan, but at the end of the day, the pictures don't lie. You can't.
That's not our truck.
Okay, you can't manipulate facts. And at the end of the day, you can clearly go through in all these pictures. So you're wanting me to believe that since we got a picture of one truck, that this is not the city of La Follette?
That's your side of the story.
Okay.
The city of La Follette sends a separate recycle truck, which is a recycle truck, after the garbage truck.
So
is
does
picked up
Jacksboro and all the other municipalities.
Absolutely. You're the one piling it up like a mountain out there. It's not us, it's you.
So it comes into our facility, and I don't know if you're familiar with how we run, because you've never been to our facility.
I'm very familiar because I've been.
With the
there many
recycle
times
program?
when the other directors was out there.
Well, and here's the
Because it
reality
was
of
funded
it.
by individuals.
We can, he said, she said, all we want to, but at the end of the day, I have proof. This is how we receive these things. We can sit, and you can tell me all you want, but I have proof, sir, that this is how we receive it.
Well, not getting off subject here, we're not here about recycle. We're here about why you shut the cities down from bringing their garbage
No, so
to the
Mr. Chairman,
landfill today.
We're here for both. You got your email.
Okay.
It was for both.
Well, you never sent me an email.
I didn't get one either. The city recorder got one, but
Well,
I
I mean,
didn't get
that's,
it.
okay.
I guess that was like we were supposed to be here at 6 o'clock, it's
No.
really 5 o'clock, so we saw it in the paper.
You sent email.
I did send emails to all of them, requested for every city council, every mayor, and there's no contact information. Office details, did reach out and speak, and I did read the reports that I have, that everyone knows.
All right. Okay, what we can do, the rest of the month, every time, don't go by county. Tell your drivers, do not dump their loads until we take pictures.
No problem.
And then that way, cameras don't lie. And then that way, and then they come in there clean, you'll hear another word out of us, and
Yes,
all
sir.
that comes in clean, we don't have a problem.
And are you going to open the bags while our employees are there?
If you want
To see if it's,
Absolutely.
well, that's the only way you're gonna know whether it's recyclable or garbage.
Well, and in all reality, I mean, your employees should open the bags prior to us getting them.
No.
So why should the
No,
county spend
we,
their hours?
no,
No.
we don't even open the bags of garbage.
So again, the municipalities are saying that you don't know what you're receiving. You're under the insinuation that it's recyclables, but clearly, you can't see it if you don't know.
Well,
the
we
bag.
don't have the employees to open every bag that's in a recyclable container.
So the county does, though.
Oh, yeah, count the law on it, but.
Well, isn't that part of the job?
Well, in all reality, I can tell you exactly, and that's the same question.
No, it's not part
Okay,
of our job.
we'll open the bag, I understand why they, if it's parallel,
That
they're
is
gonna
a
file the
convenient
flags.
recycling center. We are not a recycling, nothing. You
But your
are a
grant says you are,
recycling
sir.
center. That's what your job is.
But your
is a
grant says
recycling
you'll
center.
pick up recyclables. That's how you all got drugs, through the recycling grant.
We didn't get a truck.
And Ms. Forster, in times past, that's how you got your container thing.
Well, it may have been how we got our containers, but we didn't get a truck.
I understand, at the end of the day, that's how those grants are done, saying, hey, the municipality will.
You need to remember that. You need to remember that when you're putting all these recycles we're talking about in garbage. You need to remember.
In
How would
addition,
you
in
dispose
addition
of
to
it?
that, you need to check your scales.
Okay,
When a pickup truck weighs more than a 1 ton, something's wrong.
well, Ms. Forster, our scales are calibrated, we actually have a company that
And
comes
you have
out.
a certified
Yes, ma'am.
person that takes care of
Yes,
that.
ma'am. Tennessee scale work, Tennessee scale work.
I still don't understand why a pickup weighs more than a 1 ton. Now, listen, you know as well as I do that I'm telling you the truth.
And I can answer that question, I mean, you know.
Does it have the same thing in it?
Yeah.
Loaded with the same material?
Yes. And that happens more than once.
Well, okay, you bring them, we'll take a picture, we'll go while you're in there, you can take a red coat for them, over, look at it, and then we'll see. And if it's garbage, then, and we'll just say this, if it's clean, you won't hear nothing else from us. If it comes, starts getting dirty again, then we'll start this up. We don't want to do that, we want to keep on doing this.
Well, I would hope so, because we pay our county taxes just like everybody else does, and we do not have a property tax in the town of Jacksonville. So that was misinformation from the article that I read in the Wahala Press. Municipal taxes, we don't have a municipal tax,
The only tax that I know we have is the fee for picking up garbage.
and that is to maintain and help pay for the garbage truck. That's all we've got.
You only charge $8.
No, we don't.
What do you charge? Well, see, someone turned into us. $80.
Well, so you need to come to the horse.
Well,
Instead of going
I'll
to
come to
the
the
companies.
horse, be the horse.
Well, I want you to.
Davis, I guess that's why you also made the comment in the La Folla Press, that it costs the county $50 a ton.
That's what the finance department has got it figured out, we got it to
Well-
calculate it.
No, you're misleading.
All right, go ahead.
Because the invoice plainly says $19.24.
Sir, that's for the tipping fee. Now,
That
okay,
is
I didn't
correct,
count.
that is correct, but you were misleading when you told the paper that it was $50 a ton. You
To
didn't
get
say.
it to the landfill, you need to read the whole story.
I read the whole story, but
Read
you
it.
mislead people by saying what you said too.
No, no.
Yes, you did.
They need to
Yes,
write
you
what
did.
I said, but all right, I'll tell you that now.
You need to.
It's $50 a ton, but you don't bring it for nothing and drop it on the ground and we load it.
Hey, we don't bring it for nothing. The city of La Follette pays county property tax.
Right, that's true.
Whether you know it or not.
The part we
city-
pay
The
is
city
on
property
50.
owners are part of this county. We're not
They
a
are.
tribe of our own. We are county taxpayers. And we
Well,
pay,
let's take
it's
them
right
over
at
here.
$3 million. The city residents pays county taxes,
Right.
whether you know it or not.
And you collect over $300,000 to pick up their garbage.
No, we don't.
What if y'all charge $10 a
That's,
ton?
see, you mislead people.
Well,
You mislead
they
people.
know his numbers as
See,
they give
there,
us, it's right.
we,
You
$300,
talk to me, talk to me,
$300,000.
you're gonna talk to me.
I'm talking to you.
Okay, now
I'm
you're
talking
there.
to you.
Well-
No, you mislead people, sir.
Well-
You're misleading people.
Mr. Chairman, may I, please?
That's right. When I said it was $50 to pick it up.
Clarify
and take it to the
yourself when you're
landfill.
talking to the taxpayers of this
Right.
county.
Yeah, I realize that.
Don't muddy the water.
I ain't muddying the water.
Speak clearly when
Don't
you
speak.
speak. Let's get, if you wanna
I'm
get
telling
to
you
it,
exactly what we
speak
got.
clearly.
I spoke clearly.
No, you didn't. You did not.
$50,
There ain't a
$50
person that read that
$50
article would agree with you, sir. There's not a person that read that article except for yourself would
Well, I
agree
didn't
with you.
read the article.
Well, I wouldn't have read it either because it's a bunch of lies.
Well, it's no lie, I didn't lie.
That's all you do, sir.
Well, if you want to call me a liar, you
Just
just
move
get out of
on.
here.
Just move on.
May I, please?
No, wait a minute. Listen,
I'm listening very clearly.
the reason we're
You need
here
to
is when we
listen.
broke
You
down.
need to listen.
When we broke down, Bill called and asked you all to wait one day. You called
You better believe I.
and wanted us to pay us for not being able to come out there and swear.
That's exactly right.
Right, and
Because
instead of
we
calling and
pay
saying
county
why-
tax dollars just like everybody else
That's right.
does.
First time, how many times have they ever called? How long you been administrator?
5 months.
5 months. Well, hopefully you don't last 5 months. But
Well, hopefully you don't last 5 more months up there. Because the county is in shape.
yeah. But here's the thing. You started running your mouth.
I ain't running my mouth to nobody. I talked to Bill
Bill,
one time,
that's what I said.
other than today.
And wanted money. Wanted who to charge, what to charge. And said you're not paying for this place over here.
We are taxpayers. We own it as well as you do, sir.
I don't own none of it.
You're a taxpayer?
I'm a taxpayer, but I work here. I'm a.
Well, we're taxpayers.
Right.
We own this whole building, the taxpayers.
Everybody together does.
You're exactly right.
But
We
you
didn't
got-
say the city
you have
of
no control
Follette.
over it.
If he told you that, he told you a lie. That was not said,
What was not said?
that we owned anything out there. I said we as a whole.
No,
owned it.
sir, you did not. And I'll
Oh,
tell
yes,
you
I
right
did.
now.
All right,
Casey
all right.
Rochers was standing in my office when it was
Okay.
said. I don't
All
care
right,
what
let's let
you
you
are.
guys keep it simple.
Oh, I'll keep it simple, all right.
All right.
Tell him, Scott.
This ain't the first time. I'll have to commend you guys right here, you three. Now, he'll shut me down, but the words I'm gonna say very clearly, we've caught him in concrete information that he's told several. Okay? And I've got thick skin. I have no fear except Almighty God, and that's it. There are several things that have been misleading. So therefore, I believe in this, and I know, Mr. Rutherford, I'll speak directly to you, Mr. Davis. I do know that, and he can elaborate on Mr. Fauskamp, this did not start. Mr. Davis, you've had a conflict, it seems like to me, with the county mayor since I've been on board this time. No, you said you let me finish. You said you let me finish.
Well, don't throw rocks.
No, I'm not throwing rocks at you, I'm just talking.
Well, you don't.
I'm about, okay. Then now, yeah, so, hey, I'm a county commissioner, Mr. Stanfield, and I'm on this sanitation.
Scott,
We're getting off set, Scott.
Well, let me just say what I'm gonna say, Mr. Stanfield. Okay, what I'm saying to you is simple, is until this administration here started, we didn't have an Empire State Building back here. We didn't have that. Well, I know about the truck. I know about the equipment's down. Okay, you eliminated, Mr. Rutherford, all the experienced drivers and everybody that was ever out there. We didn't have these issues, Mr. Davis, until then. No.
They've eliminated themselves. I've not terminated.
Well, but anyway, if I ain't mistaken, and Mr. Faust, you'll have to go directly to the man here. He's in charge. He's the chairman. This did not start until you had the conversation with Mr. Rutherford. Yes or no?
That is correct.
It did not start until this started. This happened.
Well, actually, we've not been, in fact, we got the call this morning, but not until 7:30 that we couldn't take garbage out there. We go to work at 6 o'clock. So that puts us that much further behind. And when we have to take it to Scott County, you're looking at least a 3-hour trip.
Originally, you was supposed to take it to Scott County.
Excuse me?
But when it all started, that's what y'all supposed to do, was take it to the landfill and the county paid for it. That was the original setup.
That's not what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about now when we're supposed to be taking it out here.
Right.
And it takes us at least 3 hours to do a round trip from here to Scott County. When we're not notified until 7:30 in the morning,
Right.
it puts us way behind. And then the phone calls come in from the citizens of the town of Jacksboro, all hot and bothered because their garbage not picked up. And we've got bears coming down from the mountain carrying the garbage cans back up to the rock. So it really puts us in a bind.
I'll say this.
Mr. Davis?
Yesterday, we had about 4 holes that we could dump. So we didn't call the cities. This morning when we came in, everything was full. It's not that we don't want to take your all's garbage. We physically can't take your garbage.
We don't even have a road to where we can take it out there, Bill, and
Yes,
dump
ma'am.
it.
I completely
You
understand.
can't get in or
If I'll
you
say
can't get
this,
out.
in 2018, the month of March, 1,397 tons is what brought in our facility.
I'm not
2019,
concerned about what
1691.79.
and 2019
In 2020
was, I'm
was
concerned
1700.
about now.
This year, it's 2,245. I see that there's a flood issue too, but I can't physically take the garbage if there's no room to put it.
You can take it from the commercial side.
So, commercial didn't dump today, Mr. Faust.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
Mr. Boshiers was there.
Well,
when
Mr.
we-
Boshiers might have been there, but commercial did not dump today.
They did that.
They did not dump today.
Who done?
Dunker John.
Dumper Junk did not dump today. They were notified this morning. So again,
They did that.
you can make the accusations about us getting our facts right. It goes the same way with you guys. I'm not saying I don't want to take your trash. We physically can. I can't let it just pile up. And what did you tell me? I'm bringing it out there. I don't care what you say about it. I'm bringing it out there and I'm gonna dump it. What did you do?
We sent it out there.
You didn't dump it. And I wanted to call you and say, I told you so, sir, but I didn't.
What did they offer you to do?
Say again,
What did they offer you to do?
a steak dinner.
Nobody offered.
I offered him. I said I'd buy him dinner if he'd let us dump, just to try to get the garbage picked up, so, yeah, I did offer to buy him.
What's the solution for all this?
Absolutely.
We as county taxpayers are not going to be able to bring our trash out there and dump. You're gonna still send us to Scott County?
That's the pleasure of this body, man, that's not my call.
Can I finish what I was talking about directly to you? So what we need to do here, guys, we need to put a solution here to take care of this problem, like everybody in this audience came down here for a reason. My concern is, whether you like me or not, I really don't care, but I got a pretty good following of people that do like me. For this reason here, I got elected. That's why I worked so hard, diligently, to get elected for these kind of people that's in this courtroom. Now, that being said, I'm in the 2nd district. That being said, we need to take in consideration, April is cleanup month for the city of La Follette, for the city of Jellicoe, for the city of Jacksboro, and for the city of Campbell. We need to come up with a solution here, and it needs to be done tonight.
There's no solution. What the solution The
And
thing
it-
is,
Okay.
when we get the garbage moved out, we're trying to hire some trucks to come in to help us get it out. Until we can't move it, you can't bring it. It's just simple.
What is your short-term plan and your long-term plan to solve this problem, sir?
Well, short-term plan is
We've reached out to Waste Connections, and their district managers here tonight. They're willing to open the landfill. Granted, it's gonna be an added cost to us, but they're gonna open it for extended hours for us to be able to haul that stuff out of here. Saying that, our long-term solution is gonna be our compactor system that we're gonna implement. Until then, I mean, our hands are tied.
What's the time frame on your short-term solution?
Well, I spoke with, Mr. Watson there, and Carl Town is the district manager that's, from here from Waste Connections. And honestly, it's a matter of this body gives us the go-ahead to say, yes, we can actually reach out to them and have them accept it. Because there's a charge.
Well, the town of Jacksboro is not gonna pay any kind of fee
No, ma'am.
because we are county taxpayers, and that is something that we've always used, whether we were incorporated or whether we weren't.
Well,
I agree with Ms. Forster of the city of La Follette, it's not either.
I don't think that that's what this body's asking, is for them to pay any kind of extra fees for that.
Chairman Davis, can I direct my question to you now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let's talk about this quickly. Okay, and you can and Bill, respectfully, look, guys, all I know, we need a solution. Can you please take care of this issue? Are they a place out there? I know you're backed up, Bill, I saw it. I've got 23 pictures on my phone where people sent to me. And I'm not trying to be hard. If you know me well, you might take a liking to me. But the thing about it is, now's the problem. Now's the time we need to come to bat. We're a whole. We're a county whole. We've got to take care of each other. Well, okay. The question is, can you? Well, okay, you're preaching now. Let me finish, Mr. Davis.
Hurry up, you're about done.
No, I'm not about done.
I thought we were back.
But what I'm telling you here is this. Okay, what I'm asking you, can you two tonight, Mr. Rudolph, come up with some kind of solution for these people to take their garbage in a certain place so we can get this thing back? Can you do that for us, please? We're not going to the landfill, Mr. Davis. Can I ask you this? You said I could.
All right, you're done.
Okay, you're going to let these people here tell us what it's going to cause, the problems it's going to cause the cities and have financially it's going to cost the taxpayers. You're going to let them tell you?
Let them talk.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Ms. Forster, what's it going to do to the town of Jacksboro?
Well, actually, it's costing us money carrying it, and it's also the maintenance on the vehicle.
Yes,
It's overtime. I mean, we've got it all. And we're the ones that's responsible for picking it up and hauling it off. And we don't have any extra funds coming in. The only income the town of Jacksboro has comes from the businesses that are located here. We don't have a property tax, and I hope to God we never do.
You don't have the manpower.
No.
Neither does the city of La Follette have a
Well,
meter.
I'll tell you how it could probably be fixed and solved the problem. The county put compactors in all 40 cities. Your residents do like the county does, bring your garbage and put it in compactors at the convenience centers. We'll put your convenience center there, and then just don't.
That's
We don't have a convenience center, sir.
No, we'll pay for it.
We've got a convenience center on Toast Rain Road, but we will need another
Well,
one.
then have them bring it up there, then.
We're going to the transfer station.
Well, we can solve your problem, you don't have to
You
worry
don't
about
have, I mean,
trucking.
so you're telling us we
So
can take it
yeah.
tomorrow to the transfer station?
No, I said we put just one.
And
No,
we've got a garbage
no, no,
truck,
no,
we're
no,
still
no.
having paid for it.
Then carry it over and put it in the dump and in the can.
All that'll create.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman,
We're not getting anything
What
solved.
you're creating, you're about to have garbage in every holler, every ditch, every hillside in this county, and that's what you're doing. You're taking this city back the county back 20 years.
If you're just calling and said, man, what can we do to help you all? And you're not just started.
You're the chairman, why didn't you call and ask the municipalities to help
That's
you?
his job.
If we're
Well,
taking it
why didn't
back,
he call? Why didn't he call the county and give us some equipment out there?
if we take it back 20 years, Mr. Stanfield never tell you what happened 20 years ago. You used to take it to the landfill, correct, sir?
That's exactly right, and Thomas Steiner, the county executive, and the city mayors got together, and they put this transfer station in out here for all the citizens to use.
Sure.
And that's what's gonna happen.
So ultimately, I understand that the municipalities don't want this burden. So this body needs to determine whether or not, the county, the citizens of the county is gonna pay for their part as well.
No.
No.
We are county
No.
taxpayers.
No.
There's taxes, but the county,
No,
has the cities have the benefit of reaping for whatever the price is to pick up trash when the county don't have that luxury. And that's what it boils down to.
well, I'll tell you what, we didn't have this problem with Jeff Jones was
That's
out there.
exactly right.
We didn't have a
We
problem.
didn't have a problem.
But just because there's not a problem, don't mean that it's right.
Well, that may be.
We didn't
But,
have a
but,
problem.
but the county tax for us, their citizens are not gonna pay
And
that.
I play devil's advocate there, I love Jim Davis, you don't want to miss the same thing.
I can care less if you love me or not.
You don't let me know you want, you're still a dog catcher to me.
We're not getting not one
You're not
thing,
sorry, me, sir.
we're not getting one thing resolved.
No, he's not a dog catcher. I have to disagree with you on that.
You're not accomplishing anything tonight by calling each other's names.
That's exactly right.
Now, we've got to come up with a solution. It's a countywide solution, including municipalities. What is the solution? If we need to put a group together, let's put a group together. Let's solve this problem
Well-
and stop the argument.
Yep.
We got a backhoe ordered, hopefully it'll be here Tuesday. The one we bring needs to smile and he can't push as fast, but we can load. Got a backhoe coming, if we get the trucks coming in, then next week, we'll be able to, keep out what's coming in. If we
Do
can.
you have a 40-yard dumpster we could use for a week to pile our trash and then pick that dumpster up?
Are you talking about for the cleanup?
No, I'm talking about for city trash, day-to-day pickup. 40 yards will get us through a week.
Yeah.
I mean, there's potential there, I can't go out on a limb and tell you yes, because then Carol might say it, Jack might
Well-
say it, and Jill
I
might say
can,
it.
we had someone.
Does Waste Management have one that we could use?
There's potential, that'd be a question for them.
Well, are they here tonight?
I think, I won't mention no names, but someone offered us to use some cans.
Yes, sir.
So we'll contact a certain person tomorrow and all 4 cities, Jellicoe don't need one. Jellicoe takes theirs.
To Kentucky.
No, they take it to.
Scott County. Scott County.
Yeah, but it's downhill from Jellicoe.
They used to take it to Kentucky.
Yeah.
You need a 40-yard can.
I don't know what I need.
We pick
I
up
mean, it's
approximately.
temporary.
And it's gonna
times a
sit
week.
right here on Main Street in the city, stinking behind us? No. No.
Mr. Davis, Chairman.
Need a can.
If we had a 40-yard dumpster, we could put 90% of our weekly pickup trash in it, one time pickup and done.
Now, where are you from?
City of Raleigh.
Pollock. Okay, we'll work on the Pollock. Carol, you want one? Stan, Jellicoe need one?
You give them out, you might as well take them.
I'm sorry, I can't hear that.
If we're giving them out, yeah, we'll take them.
Well, we're not giving them to you, it's just loaning.
Yeah, we can take one.
I'll have to let you know. I don't know where we would sit it. We don't have any property to sit one on without it stinking up the whole neighborhood, and I'm not gonna listen to that.
We'll check on it, I ain't promised you, they'll understand like they promised, said before, we'll get you.
Thank you.
If we got one, we'll get a Follett one first, if they're the biggest, and they'll have more garbage. And then we'll, Jellicoe, you'll be last.
Now,
We'll take ours to Scott County.
Well, you're gonna have 2 anyhow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, when we get this worked out, you all can just truck it over there and, we'll work out something.
Yeah.
And then, get you some can, that's just a temporary fix for the week. When it gets full, who's in charge of calling? Who's over sanitation?
City of
You
Raleigh.
over sanitation and Follett?
No. Casey Bush.
Casey, when it gets full, you call Bill and say, Bill, it's full, can you come and get it? And as soon as we can, he can come and get it. And then we bring it up until we get it, like that. That way it comes in all solid at once.
Well, that's a perfect temporary solution for us.
Okay, and if we can, we'll bring you 2. If we can borrow it, we'll loan you 2. That way, if that gets full, we can. can't get over right away, you'll start on the other. We're willing to have, if we just, you start throwing rocks at us before we even, I ain't talking about you.
Okay.
You're too mean looking for me to correct you.
That's what they call me, trouble.
I've talked to you before, I have no problem. But if you see you want a can, if not, you know, I mean.
I'll call Bill if.
Yeah, everybody know, nobody calls me, I don't run the place, Bill does.
If there's, I don't know, I just don't have a
And-
clue as to where we could put one.
Do you know where you put it, if you get it there, what's your name? David? David, you know where you, Alright.
Can I, Mr. Chairman, may I ask Bill a couple questions real quick concerning this right here matter? Hey, Bill, please don't rush, I'm trying, okay? I know you're in a bind, I know, and I really believe it or not, you guys, I appreciate everything you're trying to do. You guys are sort of in a county emergency situation out there. I realize that. But also, in the meantime, I appreciate you doing this. The question is two questions. Are you going to be able to, like Ms. Forster's wanting to know, you know, we don't want it to stink up and the other guys the same way. Are you able, guys, to help me have tops put on these things? I mean, can you do that at least? Because I respect what they're saying. He knows where I'm coming from.
You can't put a top.
Well, I didn't know if there's something that we could, you know.
can tarp it.
Yeah, what's that?
Put a tarp on it.
Okay, that's good, great idea.
We'll get them the can. Hopefully they ain't gonna sit there like.
Yeah, now, the next question was this,
All right.
thank you, Mr. Chairman. Everybody's waiting for this answer. When do you think it would be a time frame to get this back to normal?
Well, Scott, just like I told at the beginning of the meeting, you know, we got with Mr. Campbell, he's the district manager there at Waste Connections, the volunteer landfill. And they've been, you know, gracious enough to be able to offer extended hours, granted there's a cost with it. So we're okay with that, but that's our option. We've done our due diligence. We've reached out to MBI, we've reached out to Watco, we've reached out to Shane Weddle. We've even called dump truck companies to try to see if it would be justifiable to come in and haul some of this waste. You can rent a truck, it don't have a wet kit, but you can't find a tipping trailer. So, you know, it's not that we're not reaching out to try to find a solution. There is no solution there. I asked MBI and Watco, I said, you know, do you know a subcontractor? Their comments was no, if I knew one, we'd be useful. So it's, I think Mr. Pound is gonna try to reach out to MBI at his facility, and see if they can kind of maneuver some things around, and maybe get it to where MBI can come in. If that's the case, we could have the end of this week, we can get back to normal.
Yeah, that's what my question to you was this, was you think between, and now this is important for them to know, you think after this is all cleared up and you guys get caught up and we get our compactors, you think they're gonna have anything to worry about? Is it going back to normal then, Bill?
Well, that's our plan. Now, again, it's the pleasure of this body, I mean, on how we're gonna handle this moving forward. If they tell us we're gonna do it that way, that's how we'll do it. If they say that they're gonna try to go to landfill, that's what they'll, that's the only thing I know. I don't make that call, 15 commissioners up here does.
Well, but Bill, I don't want to put you on the spot, please understand this. Okay, now this question here, if you're the director out there, respectfully, do you really, these here people here, they all represent other people.
Sure.
Do you really want to put this burden on the county, with taking it to the landfill? That's my question.
The burden's on the county now, Mr. Kidd. It's not that my ideology or my plan doesn't matter. What matters is what the body of this commission says. You know, so, whether I want to do it or whether I don't, it's 15 commissioners that's gonna vote on this Monday night on how we're gonna move forward with it. And however the body of this commission votes, we'll endorse and enforce it.
But,
Mr. Chairman, could I just ask one question?
Yeah, please, go ahead.
I'm Mr. Kent's, I'm a council member of Pollock. But, just answer me this, I've listened to all the arguments. How did we get to this point? Now, just answer that question first.
I'll answer it. We got 3 pieces of equipment, we loaded it.
Okay,
One broke down, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, fuel pump. I may have it backwards, but a fuel pump went out, can't get the parts for it. They don't know when we can get them. Then the backhoe broke down, water pump went out, can't even find a kit to even do that. And then the little Bobcat ain't big enough to do the job. So our equipment broke down mechanically, not.
Okay.
And then when we had the wreck a month ago, we had 3 trucks and got us down to 2. We was running 3 trucks a day, 3 days a week, 9 loads a day.
And the
3 days.
flood, and the flood as well.
And then, when we had the wreck, that took 1 truck away. Then when we had nothing to load with for a couple of days. Everybody bring the garbage in, and then it's so full, but when you eat, you get hot full, you got to put it.
So it sounds like,
Then we rented a Bobcat.
it sounds like that the equipment may be so old that we can't
Well, we
get
don't
by.
have the money to buy one, but that's why you're
It
right.
seems like there's been some poor long-term management.
Well, we've been paying a lot more expense out. When you buy a piece of equipment, time it wears out and it's time to get rid of, you should have made enough money to replace it with. We've been paying extra expense and they never been down there and buy nothing with. And luckily, I called Mr. Marlowe, Friday at 3 o'clock, and he come up with enough money to us to buy a backhoe. We voted it last night, approved it Monday morning, and Bill, I'm supposed to he'll have it ready, the delivery Tuesday. A bigger backhoe, a new backhoe, that we can load a little bit faster. Maybe get a couple more loads out a day if we got the trucks. Mr. Bigelow.
Yeah, Mr. Kidd's actually answered the question. You have a lot of mechanical issues on the equipment you run into. The question for Bill is, how many trucks do we have in service and how many runs do we run daily right now?
It kind of varies. We running 3 semis, 2 loads a day or 3 loads a day on 2 of them and 2 loads on the other one. We would do that Monday through Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday, it all kind of varied on what type of garbage came in. So, we have the ability to be able to throw that other truck out there and get some loads out. Right now, we don't have that ability. Now saying that, in times past, when I took over in 2018, if DOT would have got behind our trucks, they'd have hooked every one we had. So our first subject matter that we did, is we bought some trucks. Now saying that, all of our equipment, our backhoe's 2007, our high-low, it's 7 to 9 years old in the industry is how long they give you. So at the end of the day, there's a big difference between pushing garbage and pushing dirt. So when you start pushing dirt or garbage, it tears equipment up. Unfortunately, I can't say that I can't pass the buck, but it's kind of like the story of Job in the Bible. Before he could get another set of bad news, his buddy was coming with another thing of bad news. That's how it's been out there recently. So before we can identify any more issues and fix whatever the backhoe, well, 2 other things break down. And it's the same way today. Both of our front loaders broke down today. Now it's not out of preventive maintenance sheets. We do PMs. It's just in the industry, things break down.
Well, would you not say, anybody in here, would you not think that next year you're gonna have more garbage than you've got this year? Every year it keeps
Historically.
snowballing.
Well, that's true.
Can we not lease equipment from Stowers or one of those big outfits? We've done it in the past.
I understand, ma'am, and we reached out to them last week, and up until this coming Tuesday, they don't have anything available for rent that we can load garbage with.
I can vouch for the construction industry is booming, and they're in short supply of equipment right now. It's very short supply.
That's all I have.
We're going to put in compactors all over the county. Have cleaned the county up, cut down on expense, like a White Oak, if you all been up through there, down that mountainside, it's horrible. The fire, just like you're talking about, your Jacksonville up there. We get the compactors up there, we make 2 trips a week, we can cut it down to 1 every 2 weeks, maybe 1. Some of these places, we won't have to go for 2 weeks. And that'll cut down on time, and then the following. When they bring theirs over, we'll be able to handle it, because our plan is, once we get all these compactors in, all this garbage that's coming from the other 8 centers will not come to Jacksboro. They go straight to the landfill. There's tons and tons of garbage we're not gonna handle. And then what you would bring us won't even affect us because if we cut it in half. And that's the plan, and we, everything just fell apart. And, but the compactors is going to be, clean up the county, save us money, and make everything work better for all of us.
So your long-term plan is to continue taking municipal garbage? Your
I'm
long-term
sorry, I
plan
didn't hear
is to continue taking municipal garbage, just like we did in the past?
Right.
Yeah, there's no choice.
But right now, the problem is, you know, everybody's down the throat because we got no place to dump.
It's a short-term problem, that's what we're here to
Right,
fix.
yeah, well,
When will the compactors be here?
well, we've gotta get them ordered, but they got 11 on site, but, you know, it's gonna take 2 months to do that.
Yeah,
But,
that's the plan.
we ordered 11. 5 of them should, when they get here, we get them in, time we get them in, we'll get the others, and we're gonna go to the biggest places first. The little ones, you know, and work our way in. Coast Spring will be the last one up on the hill. We're gonna put them up there. We're gonna put 2 or 3 down on the lower side, lower part. And then we'll put 2 up on the,
forestry here is, can you put, I know you're saying that, if this thing's gonna catch up, you know, when you compact it, are they gonna have to wait? You can't give us any kind of time frame? Will they be able to take garbage beforehand, before the compactors? Do you see that?
let me answer you.
Well, no, he's the director.
I'm answering. Listen, they can bring it next week when we get a truck come in here and help us get out what we've got and get a handle on it. Then they can start bringing it back next week.
No,
Okay,
you said you didn't.
So as of right now, we are not to bring anything out there. Is that correct?
That's why we're having this meeting, because ultimately there is an issue.
Okay, what about brush?
Now, we haven't stopped taking brush. I will say this, we've talked to every single driver that brings brush in. There's a mountain of brush up there.
Oh, I know.
But there's also a major field behind me that they just wanna dump everything right there at the front, and that's what the picture reflected today on social media, because ultimately that's how the news media does things. I'm saying that, at the end of the day, there's room up there.
So you've got room
Yes,
for us
ma'am.
to continue bringing brush?
Yes, ma'am, and we
Just
never stop brush. We
No
never cut brush
garbage,
out.
no recyclables until you call and let us know when we can start.
No
bringing it.
recyclables, as long as they're, like the way we're claiming we're getting them, we're good with it. We can take it.
Recyclables you can bring, Bill's gonna go ASP, get a camera,
Well,
and you're just gonna bring them.
I
that
don't
way
know
we can-
when our new mayor will be sworn in or anything, but notify us so we can have someone out there with our employees when you're taking these pictures and tearing open those bags.
Yes, ma'am, that's not a major deal for us, because we're there all the time. I do think that that'd be an inconvenience on you all, which we're okay with.
Oh, no, it's not an inconvenience on me. I don't have a problem being out there when you tear into one of our recyclable bags.
That'd be fine.
Get your police camera to that impact fee. Send him the impact to do that, we don't have to take ours.
Oh, I don't ever take somebody's word.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes. Yeah, Beth, let me say a few words, while it's kind of calm down a little bit. You know, I've been at the Seal of Thought almost 50 years, 37 years in the street department. I started out when I came back from Vietnam, I went back on garbage truck, loading workers. He made me a garbage truck driver. He was a truck driver, heavy equipment operator, operations manager, the council member, and the mayor. So, and you know, as far as Campbell County, these 4 cities makes Campbell County. And the Seal of Fire has always been there to help Jacksboro. When Jacksboro's garbage truck tore up, we sent a garbage truck out to June.
Yes.
Supposed to use. And then, when Lake City, that was Max Robinson, the street boss, they had a dumpster truck, picked up dumpsters. Each truck went down, we sent our dumpster truck, when we had one, and operator picked up Lake City. And as far as the recycling place, when Chip John started, we sent a dozer out there, and they used our dozer. We've always had a good working relationship with the county and the recycling place. I don't know what's the always have a portion, but you know, what comes out to the recycle place, the garbage truck, that's garbage, nobody needs to go through it. We've got a recycle truck, it's supposed to be recycled stuff, where the employees go through it, and pick out the plastic, the cans, the cardboard, or whatever. And when I was street boss, all those cars out there, like today, I'd see the brush truck down Ford, but she's passed away, the other Johnson, both of them passed away. I'd see them out there when it's raining, and below them cars, and have to open the trailer to haul them off. And us being a bigger city, we've always been there for Jacksonville or Jellicoe. When it rains or storm comes in Jellicoe, I call the police chief of Jellicoe and see if he needs anything from a fall. We're having problems with flooding. We already have a position city. And as far as equipment, we've got all kinds, we've got a track hoe, we've got backhoes, we've got dozers, we've got bobcats, excavators. If you'll get with Casey, if you need to use one of us equipment, I'll let Casey bring one of piece of equipment down there and operate to help you guys get this thing. I was out there today, I can't believe it's a mess I get.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it is.
But we're willing to help.
And it is, and it's not that we're not aware of it, and I'll say this, Mayor, and I appreciate that. I mean, we've had a good working relationship with the municipalities as well. During the flood last year, we took boxes inside the city, man, and set them just to help try to alleviate some of the issues. We understand it. It's not that we don't want to work. It's just when we call saying, hey, look, man, this is what we got, don't bring us no trash. It's well, it blows up in your face, and now that's why we're here.
Right.
So, and I spoke to you last week, Mr. Mayor, and at the end of the day, I'm not saying that I don't want people to bring us garbage. I mean, ultimately, I don't want all that garbage sitting on the hill either. But physically, we can't take it as of right now. And that's all we're saying.
I don't see where you can put it.
Yes,
The
sir.
place is about full, at least we'll go to the county forest, I dumped it in the hole or something. But like I say, we've got 2 brush trucks. Jimmy's got a brush truck, he just belongs to the city, which is just for a ball. You're welcome to use one of our brush trucks to load it in, carpet, and haul it to Scott County.
Yes, sir, I appreciate that.
We'll send an operator working,
And,
But we're here to help you guys.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
you wanna help us? Tomorrow, it's order as soon as you can, when you send a little bobcat or purple, up on the hill where the trash is done.
Yes, sir.
They, like you said, they've started went around and blocked 2 acres of it that we can't get to. And you send a bobcat or a little dozer up there and push it out and move it so we can start to go back and come in, so we can.
Okay, so we're not using our dozer now, can you take our dozer up?
Bobcat will do it, if you don't.
It'd be a lot easier with a dozer. And I tell you, we pulled equipment out of the woods,
Right.
to fix. I mean, that's the type of equipment we've had.
We've got another meeting coming up here that we're more than that.
Okay.
Down over there.
Can you take the dozer up from our face?
But,
Yeah.
if,
Casey's gonna bring the dozer up tomorrow. Casey, do you have a guy can operate? If not, I can operate. It ain't like I've not run a dozer before, so. Casey, keep me informed what's going on, okay?
Yeah.
you bring your garbage and your recycle, and then, the first day that we get it clean and we know we can get it out there, just to bring it, we'll call tomorrow, see if I can get any cans, and,
Well, this day, Scotty, it's not about, it's not,
You just want your 40-yard containers, have you got a place figured out already that you want to put them?
We can put it on the street for them.
we got a place for it, Casey?
Yeah, we can put it up there. Inside the gate, we'll do it in there.
Street department also, now I know you said for your April cleanup, this, you still get one for April cleanup, this is for your garbage, right?
Yeah, it's for the garbage, right, Casey?
Yes.
We need one in the parking lot there, flea market, Scott.
One truck tour, okay, we'll still get you one. We'll still, okay, we'll still get you one for your April cleanup, okay?
Let me say this, Scotty, since you're an elected official, Scotty and my daughter here, it's not about us. The people elected us to represent them. That's what we're here for.
Yes, sir.
For the people, not for Mike Stanfield or Scott Stanfield or Scotty Kidd. We're going to,
We represent the whole county as a whole.
Right.
So like you said, all municipalities, what makes this county.
that's it.
Be it Jellicoe, Carroll, Jacksonville, or LaFond.
Yeah.
We are a whole, we are a county.
But you can ask Bobby Stewart.
When any municipality or any county government goes down, everyone should shouldn't have to call and ask, like you stood up and you volunteered to bring a piece of equipment up there tomorrow to help.
Bobby, have I ever,
Each one of them should have
Scotty, wait a minute.
offered to.
Bobby, Steve, have I ever called and asked if you need anything down there?
We operate with used equipment all the time.
And hopefully, when communication is the truth there.
Yes.
And, someone said, we called and said, just don't bring your garbage. Well, if that's what was said, I would understand how to be upset with it. If you call and you say, we're broke down, we can't move it, please don't bring it. That's, and then if you don't understand that, then, you know, that's your problem. But when we just call and say, don't show up tomorrow, you know, you need explanation why. So I'm gonna ask y'all is, when you make a phone call, just call and say, like, what's the matter, what can we do to help, or you got it worked out. That's all we're asking, and that's all we wouldn't expect, and hopefully we've got, get this worked out, get our hands, get the truck in here where we can haul, and we'll be back to normal, and look back on this, and say we won't ever have to let this happen again. Communication with each other, and.
Yeah, and, you know, since we start at 6 o'clock in the morning, call us the evening before.
Yes, ma'am, and like I said, Ms. Forster, we got there Monday, or get to this morning at 7:30, so as soon as we got there and realized where we was at, we started making calls. Ultimately, that's our plan. I know last Monday when we asked him not to bring none, you know, we reached out that Friday prior. You know, so
Yeah,
that's
see.
when, ideally, that's gonna be, I hope it's not a strategy, but I hope we don't have to cross this bridge again.
I hope we don't
But at the end of the day, I mean, this is not ideal for us.
Okay, one more time, and while you're here, if it's not been out on Toe String Road at the convenience center, and I've already asked the press, go out there and take pictures, you'll see what we're facing. Michael, me and you went out there today, rode up on top of it, look at it.
Took it back.
It was your wire just by knowing how bad it was.
No, not till I seen it.
I mean, if it's not been out there, go out there and you'll see this is not just a meet, just to sit here and pick at each other.
I take my employees' words for it, and they've been telling me how bad it is, that they can't get in. Sometimes they have to try and back out, there's not a road, so, you know, I don't have a problem with that as long as we know ahead of time.
And we lost, like Bill said, we lost 2 front end loaders today, one overheat and one back heat, the back catching.
He did get one big, so.
But Bill, we'll be there tomorrow to help you, and I'll be our person myself.
Yes, sir.
You can ask Glennis back here. You saw me a 7-year-old mayor here picking up paper out of ditches, right, Glennis?
When we get ours,
Unless it's been over.
front end, back end loaders full of garbage, we need to take it to landfill ourselves, so we're gonna ask him to do it, we need to accept it. All right, that's it.
That's
Appreciate
it.
Thank you, Albert.